My name is Anderson Keze.
My name is Mo Therese.
My name is Zibum.
My name is Ganesh Shoba.
My name is Toko Tele.
Hi, my name is Sakila
My
Putsini.
name is Puselo.
My name is Cornelius Cornea.
Well, the first words that come to mind when I think of borders are constraints, restrictions, segregation, separation, boundaries, limitations,
Barrier.
Division.
Boundaries.
When I think about borders, the first thing that comes to mind is restriction.
For me, it goes back to the 1800s, where you have the Berlin Conference, the Scramble of Africa, where the African continent was, they sat around the table and they drew up borders.
It's there to create cultural divisions in a way, but we are all brothers and sisters under the one sky. So from that point of view, we're all one in a way. So yeah, I don't know. Hard to say, really.
Borders, I think, keep people, I don't know, segregated. It's not necessarily, I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing, but I mean, I think if people, you know, I've worked with and I've met a lot of people who aren't from this country who do amazing things within this country, so I feel it should be monitored a bit better. And, you know, I think there's pros and cons to it. Like, if you notice within South Africa especially, there's a lot of, you know, foreign attraction from African countries, and it can be negative in the intercity environment, but it can also be positive, you know, with what people can do for the country and, you know, take back home, you know, from, yeah.
I think a border is just that barrier that separates this country from another country. I don't think they really work. It's just a personal opinion, because I know some people who have crossed borders illegally and they're here in South Africa. Like, I have, well, not friends, but people I know that my parents have come across and who work here illegally already. So I don't think they work as much as they're supposed to work. Like, it restricts us from doing certain things. When you want to do something that you love or something that you see that it's a must, then you think like there's a certain boundaries that I shouldn't go over. So I can say like a boundary, it's just, it restricts us a lot.
And for me, boundaries are limitations. I don't really, there are different types of boundaries. They don't really have to be physical, something that you can feel, but I believe that they can also be emotional, something that's internal. And for me, that's a huge limitation, because as a person, when you believe in boundaries, you seem to conform into social culture.
And what I think about borders, well, it's a good thing that we do have borders, because they allow countries to keep their uniqueness and their own possessions, such as like natural resources, and they can keep their currency, you know. It gives them that sense of uniqueness from all the other countries.
I feel that borders are something that are completely man-made. There's stipulations on physical geography that have never existed before we got here. And it's also maybe a primeval reaction to us versus them, you know, people with the cave and the hunting tools and those who don't have those things. And we're always in a battle to sort of gather, get better, evolve, become more comfortable.
My name's Shelby Strange. Yeah, so borders have always been quite present to me. I think my mom's side of the family are from Zim, and that issue of borders was always very present in that side of the family, and the awareness of what it meant, getting from one side to the next. And most of us are here now, and then they cross more borders and left to somewhere else, and other places and other places. And I think having a passport that I personally have, which is a passport here in South Africa, we've always felt quite limited by borders just because of visa access. So obviously I'm talking realistically. But that said, I think that definitely has an impact on how you see yourself with regard to global kind of structures, access to global ideas, global abilities, because of those physical borders and restrictions that are at play.
Hi, my name is Mamela Mutau. When I think of borders, I think of oppression. With regards to, I feel they hinder one from achieving their dreams, aspirations, and goals. I also feel it's a facility of influence where we are bound in a prison of regulations, terms, conditions.
Borders, to me, apply to governments rather than people. How they look at resources and, governing their countries.
I'm Jamie Lee Simons, and when I think of borders, I think of confinement, I think of restriction, I think of lack, and I think of collateral damage as well. Why this is because I feel like there's so much that we can gain without borders in our personal lives, in our countries, in our world in general. The lives that we live now, there aren't so many borders. I mean, we have Facebook, we have all of these Snapchats and FaceTime and all of that stuff. And you can get into somebody's life, and that's nice, but it's only as far as they'll allow you to see. So borders are important. Everybody has to have a border and a line that we hope that people won't toe in order not to be used or treated badly.
My name's Lloyd, and I think borders have their advantages with regards to security, moving around. If people have malicious intent, they can stop at a checkpoint or at an airport or on a border, and people can't smuggle drugs as easily and all those kinds of things.
I feel a borderless society would mean actions without consequences. Because with every action there should be some consequence. So I feel I am for a borderless society, because then it would allow people to truly live and truly be free.
People shouldn't be locked into a landmass. They should be able to move in between it, find their opportunities where they may be, and just go from there.
Yeah, it's nice. That's very liberal, free thinking in a way, because imagine a world with no borders and no regulations, and it definitely opens scope for a much more liberal world as a whole, I think. But also it would come with its negative connotations in some respects, but that also depends on, I don't know, the people and how you treat them. They're not treated like slaves. Maybe they won't act like some.
I do think the idea of no borders would also be like a mess, because if you think about it, if you don't have a boundary, then you're going to be all over the place.
If we had to go borderless, if you look at the amount of people who are here illegally already, I feel like if we were borderless, there'd be more people coming into South Africa, which is not a bad idea, but it needs to be controlled and done properly.
However, with regards to having no borders, I think it would be fantastic for us to be able to move around, to go and visit who we want without having to fill in forms and sign documents and get paperwork and pay for paperwork, and also to be able to move to where we want. If we get a job, you don't have to worry about all the red tape. And also it would probably unify us quite a bit as well, because we'd end up mingling all over the world and being able to spread our wings. And
being borderless is, I feel, the way the world should go. It's like an ideal everyone speaks of, but nobody really wants to execute it, because everybody wants to stay in their little bubble, and that's because we all live in fear of one another. It's maybe frowned down upon to have an idea, but the idea of an open world is what we want to get to, where anyone can live anywhere, and within all the multi-societies of the world we can interact and be one people.
Oh no, obviously appealing, but the scary aspect is obviously lack of regulation. One would hope for human nature to be inherently good, but I find the concept quite scary.
Borderless is an ideal. It's like the utopian vision. It's something that could be possible, but probably not within our lifetime, especially not with the concept of money, and the question of security, and the question of national patriotism, and other man-made ideals that focus on ego, and as opposed to the generosity of soul that is possible. In order to create a borderless society, we would be happy to exist amicably without strife. Of course, there's always the exception to the rule. And that's what all the dystopian literature is about.
Where borderless would be for people.
One unified society.
Cool, thank you.